OCO, freethinkers. You're now tuned into the realest historian on the planet.
His brother, he is raising some serious questions.
He's here to make you think.
What I'm trying to do is get our people to understand that we have been lied to all the way around about our history. Can you name any other group of people, no matter their skin complexion, that are being labeled primarily as the name of two continents? Not two countries, two continents. That is called a misnomer, which is the act of applying a wrong name to some person or thing.
The best teacher you wished you had in school. Have your pens and paper handy and get ready to take notes.
I want y'all to check out somebody named Dane Calloway.
Dane Calloway?
Look into Dane Calloway. He has a lot of information about how this whole shit was told in reverse. Okay, where they say, oh, we came from Africa over here. No, a lot of us was already here.
And information that was put together by a man by the name of Dane Calloway, who is also questioning the slave trade. And he's done some remarkable videos on the history of the slave trade in the United States. And he's gone back down the food chain and gone back down the line, and he's realized that a lot of the so-called African Americans in the United States are not African at all. They're actually Native Americans, because the slave trade did not happen the way we were told that it happened.
It's Dane Calloway.
Dane Calloway. Go and watch this man's channel, man. This dude is phenomenal, and he don't get the accolade and his flowers right now. You know what I'm saying? Because this dude gives some powerful information, some common sense. Go dig deep and research. Maybe even have to spend a couple dollars on research if you truth seeking. Not fact checking, truth seeking. Because there's a difference.
It's Dane Calloway on I'm Just Here to Make You Think Radio.
How do you think your music has influenced the Latin music and its culture?
I think that, my family is Jamaican, and Latino and Jamaican Caribbean people, with tropical people, with people that understand what that timing and that rhythm and that pocket feels like, in a way unlike any other culture of people, from the bass lines to the way we choose to place our words as people of the Caribbean and of the tropics. I think that it's just it's something you can't really define in words. It's a feeling thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you watch Latinos do the South Side of merengue and you see Jamaican people, do their shit. It's kind of like something that goes hand in hand. And, it ain't a coincidence that in every urban community, the Latino and blacks is there together. That ain't no accident. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you find in every urban community, Middle Eastern and black or Asian and black. You always see Latino and black. And I think we just so a part of each other's cultural significance, not only as tropical people, but even here in the United States, where the multicultural, because the U.S. ain't got no culture. They shit is all our shit. A bunch of our shit is what makes the U.S. whatever you want to call it. We still don't know what that culture is for the U.S., but it's a mix-up of all of our cultures in the urban community. The Latino and the West Indian has the greatest influence, and we've always had, and we'll always will, and it's just been that way. So I've actually been influenced by the Latino community, which allows me to feel that much more comfortable putting my West Indian influence in my music, because they made me feel that much more proud to be like, yeah man, me's a Jamaican, and I say it. But I'm just saying, a lot of the times, it ain't until you're made to feel comfortable giving it to the people who and what you really are, what your influences are, your upbringing in the house, that you do it. So But even here in the United States, where the multicultural, because the U.S. ain't got no culture, they shit is all our shit. A bunch of our shit is what makes the U.S. whatever you want to call it. We still don't know what that culture is for the U.S., but it's a mix-up of all of our cultures. In the urban community, you know, the Latino and the West Indian has the greatest influence, and we've always had, and we'll always will.
Dane Calloway, call in real quick because now I got one. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play one more. But Dane, call in, King. I did enough. We are the key makers, the gatekeepers to our own culture, and I can see why people don't want to stand next to us because you know if you stand into them, then it's gonna sound arrogant, right? Why you pushed us to be more arrogant than what we ever be. Because you stand, we gonna outshine you some way, somehow. Not saying that your culture, what you claim to be as your culture, is not rich. It doesn't have any excitement or love or things to it. Nobody's not saying that. See, we don't disrespect other people's cultures like that. Like we don't try to claim what y'all hold dear to your heart, which is your culture, man. And I'm not just talking about Jamaicans. I'm talking about each and every one of you motherfuckers, Cubans, Mexicans, Dominicans, Trinis, and everybody. We understand that culture is important. That's what you know. That's your lineage. That's your connection. That's in your DNA. Come on, man. So we have to respect that. But y'all niggas trying to look down on our shit when we are the culture. Y'all really need a fucking rewiring. Y'all niggas need some real soul searching. Bad. We have a great culture which we love. But we was careless with our culture, very careless, but very, very loving by opening our arms and saying, hey, this is for y'all too. You see, y'all, when you be too nice, y'all get taken advantage of. Y'all know what I'm saying? We've been too friendly with the culture, fam. All these niggas dressing like us, taking our culture, saying nigga, but we can't say spick. Or other shit. That'd be crazy if we go around them and start saying, yeah, you fuckers, you know what I mean? What up, Spick? Niggas ain't gonna like that, but niggas got so comfortable with saying the nigga shit. But see how they wanna be selective when they wanna be black or they wanna be their own culture? You see that? I understand we grew up in the same neighborhood, but come on now. Y'all niggas is very selective. Y'all wanna be black when y'all wanna be. None of them care about us. They just wanna use us. We are the damaged fucking goods, man. We are the what you call it? Cash cow for everybody. Like it just don't stop. Because when we create, they take, they use. Like, you know what I mean? So they have to keep us mentally here. That's why it all starts with the mental, man. We have to really unlearn and relearn some stuff. It's the mentality, y'all. You really have to smarten up and protect our shit like everybody else protect their culture. For real. Keep your head up. Keep your head high, family. Because we the shit. We the shit in the piss, baby. We all that and some. Don't ever let nobody tell you different, nigga. Let me take this one last call. We got Cali in the motherfucking building. 323, what it be?
This is Dane Calloway, brother.
Oh, what's good? What's good? Can't talk to me. What up, family? What's your thoughts?
Now, I find it very interesting that Busta Rhymes came out of his mouth and said something like that.
Right.
What people got to realize is that he's saying that now after he done made millions off of our culture.
Facts.
Like, I personally, I'm going to be honest with you, I personally bought all of his albums.
Me too. Mm-hmm.
And I'm very surprised that he would come out of his mouth and say something like that.
Right.
Like, that's not, I mean, but that's a message, though. I'm going to be real. That's a message to our people because, like you said earlier, that's clinging on to the people that don't want to step up and demand respect for what they have done over time. Now, he wouldn't have said this years ago because everybody would have shot him down verbally.
Right.
But he knows nobody going to combat him right now in the hip-hop game because look at hip-hop now. So he feels as though he earned the right to say that, and which he didn't. But who's going to tell him that he wrong? Who's going to tell him that he wrong? That's what I want. I would want somebody that, like, for example, remember you brought up DMX. X would have put him in his spot.
Right.
But I gotta talk to New York for a second. New York, y'all gotta step up and say something.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
New York gotta step up and say something because that started in the Bronx. And even though it was a lot of Jamaican immigrants coming to New York because that's an island, okay, just like how they were coming to South Carolina.
Right.
It's the same thing. I'm talking about as far as Jamaicans are concerned. But yeah, they were clinging on to our cultures years ago, not just around the hip-hop breakdancing era.
That's right.
And you played the video and it proved that. They were influenced by our culture that we already had.
That's right.
They didn't come up with something of their own until later on, after they copied us though.
Right.
So for Busta Rhymes to come out his mouth and say something that's not factual, stating that we don't have a culture, that's an issue. But I gotta get on New York. New York, this is this is where he made the majority of his money from anyway.
That's right.
New York. They put Busta Rhymes on the map as a rapper in New York. He was doing hip hop.
That's right.
He was putting on his English accent, his best North American English accent.
Talk about it. Facts. Yep.
To sell records. Yep. He did songs with Janet Jackson, the sister of Michael Jackson.
Right.
Michael Jackson is the culture.
Yeah.
And you gonna let this guy disrespect Michael Jackson in the culture? I'm telling you, people in New York gotta step up and say something to him. Because he's not the only one. I heard Fat Joe come out his mouth and say something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But everybody shot him down quickly.
Yeah.
Saying, nah, the Latino community came later. And so did the Jamaican.
That's right.
The Jamaican community came later. We talking about late 70s, early 80s is when they started coming up. We weren't listening to that over here. And even when it was coming up, we weren't listening to that heavy over here.
That's right.
It was always hip-hop. And prior to hip-hop, you got to give it to the James Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to the James Browns, you got to give it to all the people that they named, the Supreme.
Yep.
You name it, every single R&B group. And it's odd because P. Diddy just recently came out and said that R&B is dead.
Right.
R&B isn't dead, it just evolved. That's all it did. That's all it did. I mean, but we allowing all these people to come in and infiltrate our culture. Not only just Jamaicans and Latinos, the whites infiltrated the culture. Because look who's making the millions and millions and millions of dollars.
That's right.
It ain't our people, it's them Jews that's behind these record companies.
Why I knew it. That's right. Go ahead.
Talk your shit. I just saw a statistic that they put up. They just put this up recently stating that the record labels, major record labels, make $2.56 million per hour off of artists that stream.
Wow.
Per hour. I'm going to say this again. The major record companies make $2.56 million per hour off of streaming music. Now, just imagine how much money they're making that is not being given to the artists. This is on us. This is on us. Like, real talk. Like, we can say, yeah, we got the culture, but do we have control of the culture?
Right.
That's the issue. We got to take control of the culture.
That's right.
It's not about the, like, we can sit Busta Rhymes down and school him because that's what the problem is. He's not educated. We can sit him down and school him. Same thing with Fat Joe. But what about the end result? The end result is it's these Jews that's running the industry.
Right now, but hold on. Now, wait. Just do me a favor, not to cut your wisdom, because they do be fucking up my channel. I know what you mean, but just say small hats.
I know what you mean. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. They're doing the exact same shit to my channel.
Right.
And I totally forgot that you on YouTube. I know how they go. All
right.
And look who running YouTube.
Leon Cohen, all that.
I'm just saying.
Right, let's get it.
I'm just saying, they got it all. And we allowed them to take that. We allowed them to take that, especially something that we built. Like, for example, to go to that, social media. Like, for example, TikTok. TikTok didn't pop off until our people And so our people made it pop off. Viral dances, viral sayings, viral clips of music, and then everybody else copied. They get it from us first. We are the influence in the arts and entertainment.
Yep.
We are. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We started the arts and entertainment. Nobody else over here in America started the arts and entertainment but us.
That's right.
Everybody else that came here watched and wanted to join because it was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just like our ancestors were before the foreigners got here. They saw us dancing in the circle to our own music and they wanted to join because they saw us having so much fun.
That's right.
We got to stop allowing these people that want to claim that they are friends infiltrate because they coming in with flowers to make it seem as if we cool when the gun is in their back pocket.
That's right. Let me ask you this question. What is our culture? What do our culture means to you? However you want to interpret
everything. That's what I'm about. I'm actually, my whole channel is based on our culture.
Right.
Because our culture was stolen. Our culture was stolen. Our legacy was stolen. Our history was stolen. Our language was stolen. Right. This is what I'm about. I'm about fighting, and if you want to call me an activist, fine. I'm about fighting to keep it in the known amongst our people.
Right.
Because we were told by strangers a whole different story that aligned us with who? Foreigners. And we're not foreign to this land.
That's right.
We've been here before any of those people came here.
Facts.
That's what I'm about. That's all I'm about.
Facts. In New York, definitely. That's why I'm doing my duty. They woke up the dog. They woke us out our sleep, and I don't want us to fall asleep again. And I'm gonna do my job to make sure that we don't. But everybody has to fall in line. This can't just be this temporary shit because culture is important. This is all we have. This is in our DNA. We can't give up and be careless with our fucking culture. And we done it. And look where it's gotten us. You can't do this shit no more.
I was fighting so hard to let people know that we didn't come from Africa. Now look what happened. Now you got the ADOS, the FBA. Now people are seeing that we were already here. And I'm glad at that. I'm glad that worked because now that's going to put more emphasis on knowing our culture and claiming our culture to force everybody to respect who we are, to respect who we are and what we have done. But a person like Busta Rhymes talking like that wouldn't fly if people knew their history.
That's right. Niggas would have been on his heels already. You know what I'm saying?
Quickly.
Immediately.
New York got to step up and talk and school Busta Rhymes.
Right.
That started in the Bronx, way before Busta Rhymes, way before reggae even showed up.
That's right.
It doesn't matter if they had immigrant parents. That doesn't mean that the music was influenced by Jamaica. If they had immigrant parents, that means they were here influenced by Americans.
That's right.
They came here. We were already here. And that's what I don't understand. Like, I think he was doing that. I don't know if he paid to do that or what. He made money off of our culture. For him to sit there and say, we don't have a culture, I wish I could strip him of everything that I'm talking about every accolade, every dollar bill he ever made.
Yeah.
There's no way that you're going to say something like that and think it's a stick.
I totally fucking agree. I totally agree. There it is. Hey, man, there's no need for me to tell you to promote your shit because they know you. But if you want, give your links, contacts, all that good shit, man.
I'm Dane Calloway on YouTube. I'm just here to make you think everywhere else. I'm just here to make you think.com. I got a little side of mine that's coming as well that's going to do 10 steps ahead of what they got going on with this campaign in us as far as being the originators in America. I got something coming up on that as well. Because I got to do my part. Of course, I'm about the history of it and educating people on it, but I also have to campaign it to the younger generation because we in our 30s. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's our generation that's going to have to make the change.
There it is.
I'm just surprised that he came out his mouth like that, man.
Me too,
I really am,
man.
but
That's fucking crazy. And it made me, like you said, you paid money to buy his albums. He was the only artist that I spent my money on his albums. Everything else bootleg. I went to the stores. I took the train downtown Brooklyn to buy it, family. Cash. And this what you say. I have no respect for
Back
you.
then, it was $23 to buy his albums. I'll never forget it. Sometimes it'll be on sale
for $14. You go
I had all of them.
Come on, man. Come on. This is coming from true fans that loved you, family, that respected your craft and supported the movement. This is coming from true fans, family. No haters.
I'm upset with him, but it's all about educating him because he's not educated on it. He's not. He's not. Like, I mean, it's no need to lie. I mean, your influence is your influence.
That's right.
It's not like we're trying to knock them for that, but when you turn around and say that we ain't got no culture, there's a problem.
That's right. Hey, man, listen, man, I'm going to make sure I keep in touch, man. Dane Calloway, man, definitely support the movement. Definitely appreciate you calling in. Stay doing your thing and much success, man, to you and yours, man. You already.
Same thing with you, brother Mike. I appreciate you, relative.
You already know, man. Peace.
What up?
OCO, freethinkers. You're now tuned into the realest historian on the planet, the best teacher you wished you had in school. Have your pens and paper handy and get ready to take notes. It's Dane Calloway on I'm Just Here to Make You Think Radio.